This is something you're gonna find in the kitchen, not out on the field.
When I was there, I was just like, can I get a water? And they give you a water and a bowl of kimchi.
Stay away from the juicy girls, guys. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not worth your money.
Yeah, at nighttime, you just hear some dude screaming in North Korean. To counter that, the next day, South Korea would blast K-pop.
Wow. Welcome back, everybody, to Shift Fire. And today you are tuned into an episode of All Ate Up, where Cameron and I explore MREs, field rations from different militaries from around the world.
Yes, and today we are taking a trip to the beautiful lands of South Korea. We have 2 Korean rations for Izzy and I to try, so we hope you brought your appetites. Let's dive right in. A little less than I expected.
That's
to
what
be
we got,
honest.
folks. Yes, very small. No wonder they're so small in Korea. They're all malnourished.
Oh,
you know?
no.
Are you sure these aren't North Korean?
I knew you were gonna say it, man. You beat me to the zinger.
They're never gonna see it anyway.
I'm gonna have to bust out the handy dandy translator here just
Wait,
because.
let me try. Let me give it a shot.
Oh yeah, you speak.
My language in Q course was Korean.
I knew you'd be useful one day.
Ya Jon Shik Leong. Comment section. Come on, go to town, guys. It's okay. I'm a big boy. I can handle it.
It looks like we have the Cannon, Land, Sea, and Air Field Food Beef Bibimbap. What is a bibimbap?
Bibimbap, I think it's a certain dish.
Is
I
it?
forget what it is, but I know it has to do with like rice, almost like sushi a little bit. If I'm remembering correctly, comment section, go to town.
Sushi?
This guy's an uncultured swine.
Okay.
Use the power of the internet, Cameron.
Well, you know, it is 2022, so might as well like Google it. Yeah, it looks like just like a beef rice bowl with veggies and an egg. Let's crack this open, see what it looks like on the inside.
Ooh, it smells good actually, does it? Oh, okay, we got the seasoning packet in here.
Yeah, the little top ramen action.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. I mean, first impression, yeah, I see definitely some rice, dehydrated rice, look like fish food pellets.
Yeah, little bits of lettuce and stuff. Hopefully they'll get bigger as they get reconstituted. Oh, look, on the inside they've got in the water line in English and Korean.
Yeah. Their American ties to the military that one day we might be eating these.
We save them from total domination, and they give us English water lines. It looks like the gravel that you would find in a fish tank.
Open the wrapping paper and take out the bibimbap sesame oil. Pour 150 milliliters of hot water into the wrapping paper up to the water level inside. Okay, close it.
Let it sit.
10 minutes later, add bibim soy sauce and sesame oil accordingly. For just a little packet of food, this actually packs quite a bit of a punch when it comes to carbs. 69 grams.
A little bit of fat, a little bit of protein, but mostly carbohydrates,
Mainly
which
carbs.
is what we typically expect from MREs from around the world.
Plus a lot of sodium. Comparing them to MREs in the States, obviously we have our handy dandy water heaters, not necessarily, but like the heaters that come with the MREs.
Yeah, we got this is something you're gonna find in the kitchen, not out on the field.
Yeah, so that's kind of a disadvantage to these like backpacker meals, because then you're gotta carry some sort of device to warm up the water and not just warm it up and get it boiling, to get this to an ideal temperature in order to be like delicious, in my opinion.
Military service is mandatory.
Yeah, it is. I remember because I spent some time there too, Izzy. Yeah, I spent 4 months in Korea. Yeah, I got a Korean National Defense ribbon. Thank me for my service. I did have a lot of authentic Korean barbecue though, for sure.
Love Korean barbecue, man. That's one of my favorite. People ask what your favorite kind of meal is. Korean barbecue for sure.
Really?
Yeah, really good. I like all the little side dishes they get with like the kimchi and the rice and little vegetables and things like that.
I've never been able to get behind kimchi, and I know it's such like a staple.
Good for you, man. Don't you want to live to be a ripe old age?
A lot of things are good
47?
for you. It's a give and take in my opinion. But yeah, I've never been able to get behind kimchi. I know it's like the Korean like staple dish too.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Everything comes with kimchi. When I was there, I was just like, can I get a water? And they give you a water and a bowl of kimchi. I mean, where were you in Korea? I know. Let's talk about Korea, man.
I actually had a deployment, but it's not the standard deployment that you would think of. It was a deployment, yeah, in that we flew a plane over to Korea while I was still in the military.
Nice.
But it was actually for an Army internal job fair. It was for only people in the Army that wanted to switch jobs within the military, switch
you guys
MOSs.
recruiting for like special
We
forces?
were recruiting for special forces, man. Yeah,
Oh,
so we had
man.
our little special forces table, and people would come over and be like, "Why should I join the special forces?" And I'd be like, "You don't have to. I don't really care."
Let's go get Korean barbecue.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you go to Seoul?
Yeah, I was in Seoul the entire time, and Itaewon, that's kind of the area area of town where the base is. And
the main base. What was that base called?
Oh, that's a good question.
I forgot what that thing is called. Let us know in the
comments.
section. Yeah, we know because Hill is right over. That's just a hump of.
You know what? Hey, listen. Don't
and
just stay away from the juicy girls, guys. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not worth your money. Okay?
No, they're not at all.
They will run you dry.
We lost a lot of good guys in Korea, man. I was at K-16 for R&R, but then we spent all of our time at Warrior Base. You know where Warrior Base was?
No.
It was like a K away from the DMZ.
All right.
So like we were like right there, and we were there for Operation Full Eagle, which was like a ginormous joint military training exercise to kind of flex on Kimmy. This was at what? Right at the end of 2015, beginning of 2016. They were threatening nuclear war and stuff.
Yeah.
So they like got us all there, and we did a huge joint exercise, and they're like, hey, if you press that button, this is what's gonna happen.
There's an island, Jeju Island, just off the southwestern coast, which has its own little culture and its own little thing.
That's
So
cool.
it was really cool. My buddy got to do something really cool. It's an exercise that their kind of Korean special forces do. Apparently back in the beginning when North and South Korea became North and South Korea right after the Korean War, there was an assassination attempt by North Korea on the South Korean president. So the North Koreans snuck across the border, and I don't think they ended up succeeding. But every year, the South Koreans, as like a middle finger to the North Koreans, they don't go across the border, but they do an equal distance march. It's like a forced march. It takes like 7 days to do. And
Interesting.
So, yeah,
dude.
so he got to do that. That's pretty cool.
That was one of the things that we went there, because at Warrior Base, like, we're so close to North Korea, and you would hear North Korean like propaganda being like played over the loudspeaker. So it'd just be at nighttime and you just hear some dude screaming in North Korean, and then to counter that, the next day South Korea would blast K-pop over the loudspeaker. So it was just like two countries screaming at each other, and they would drop leaflets for like propaganda, and we found a couple.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we found a couple, and like there's like a picture of Barack Obama like licking Kim Jong-un's feet, and like a bunch of like rockets being shot at like the United States. It was nuts. You're like, what the heck?
Did you see any of the fake cities? You know, they got like the fake propaganda city that's supposed to look all awesome, but it's like
they took us there.
now.
They took us there. We got to go in the building that's, you know, the famous building.
The blue building?
Yeah, the blue building. We got to go
right
inside.
on the border. Wow,
so technically
man.
I was in North Korea for about like 5 minutes, because I was like always on the other side, and I was just like, look at me, I am in North Korea. And it was kind of crazy because we were like sitting there staring at the North Korean building, and then all of a sudden all these like generals started coming out on the balcony with like giant hats. And I have a picture in my like stored of military photos. Among all the generals was one man wearing regular clothes, but he looked very close to Kim Jong-un.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're like, are we staring at this guy right now? And we're all like, is that
maybe like a body double?
Yeah, I don't know, but it was like all the, you know, you've seen those ridiculous North Korean pictures of them like wearing the giant hats. I'll show it to you later.
It's all pomp and circumstance, like putting on a good face kind of thing.
Yeah, literally, and then you just see him, and he's just like, you're like, is that who I think it is? Let's
Time
try
to
it,
sample these things. We got to mix in the bibimbap sauce.
Bim soy sauce. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, here we go. Here comes the
Boom.
The
Here
mystery
comes
sauce.
the boom. Ready or not, here comes the boys from the south.
Nice. Yeah, I will be honest, this looks not half bad, but it's a little watery. Yeah, so far so good.
Smell alone puts a couple points on the board.
Yeah, it smells good. I'm actually kind of excited now.
Wow. It's pretty dang good.
Definitely has a little kick. Didn't expect
Yeah,
that.
a little spice to it.
Yeah, it's got a little spice.
It's all there. You know, the rice and the little, we got the lettuce and stuff like that, the veggies in there.
I like it.
I'm happy too, man.
Yeah, I might finish it, to be honest.
What they lack in quantity, they make up for in quality. It's all there, man. It's really good.
But yeah, so you got like the spice, like there's definitely a kick. And then, I'm not tasting a lot of beef though, I will be honest. I think the beef pellets are a little...
They kind of disappeared.
And what you do notice though, like heavy, I'm not a big fan of this, but seaweed, like the very seaweed kind of taste.
What would you rate this on our 1 to 5 scale?
We've eaten quite a few MREs here on All Ate Up, and taste-wise, this is so unique.
It's full of flavor and it's good, but I mean, is the standard really that we should have side dishes, and are the wet wipes really all that important? Do we need that minty gum?
I think so.
Yeah. 4 out of 5, definitely high speed. At a strong B+.
I would give it an A-.
I'd give it a 4.95, almost borderline 5.
That's good. Folks, this has been a very exciting experience for my taste buds, and we hope you enjoyed it.
We'll see you on the next one. Folks, it's good to be back with you. I totally don't know where to go after that.
I guess I'll take it. I'll take it from there. Okras to Korea.
Wait,
yes,
which Korea?
the right one. That's it. That was the muddy one. That was it.
That was great.
Thanks, man.
Fantastic. All right, let's dive right in.